What is going on with all of my people of social media, especially all of my addicts in the world that are still suffering in silence due to addiction? I am D Venom along with my feathered friends. Thank you guys so much for joining us in regard to addiction, relapse, and recovery, soon to be addiction and recovery. Any amount of your guys' positive energy shown on not just this social media platform, but all of my social media platforms are always welcomed. With that being said, let's get into addiction, relapse, and recovery. All right, you guys, I'm creating this content in order to reach out to all of my addicts in the world that are still a part of the legal system. I want you guys to be honest with the judge and or individuals that are working on behalf of your case. I reached out to the judge working on behalf of my case. Remember, I got pulled over January 18th of 2024 for being under the influence of methamphetamine when I used to work at Desert Diamond Casino. Anyway, I had to attend a lot of different, traffic school classes. I have to pay a very hefty fine, over $2,000 worth, and I'm still paying on that fine $50 a month. Anyway, I was in a situation where I was still into my addiction and I wasn't working. I just came into my current position at One Step Beyond, and I was just going through it mentally, physically, and spiritually. And I needed a hiatus before, I started work and before I started making payments or anything. I just needed a break from it all. And I emailed the judge and I was honest about, everything. I told them that I'm attending 12-step meetings, and I told them exactly why I attend those meetings. I told them that then I was, attending Recovia's 18-week intensive active care program. I told them that I just came into my job at One Step Beyond Inc. And when I start generating money, I will, start making payments on my fine. I kept it real in regard to me not being spiritually capable of handling working at that particular time, and I just need a break so that I can work on my mental health and focus on my recovery. And after I sent the email, I went on with life, not worried about anything. Throughout, I've been receiving different forms of mail, including mail from the City of Phoenix Municipal Court, and I failed to open up those letters. Now, you guys know that I'm in the process of moving, so I've been going through papers, shredding, blah, 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 blah. So I came across those very letters from the municipal court, and I opened up one of them yesterday. I was scared to do so because I thought that, one of those letters would say that I have a warrant for my arrest because I wasn't making, my fine payments. Anyway, upon reading the letter, I see that the judge had granted me a hiatus from the time that I wrote that letter and emailed it until my birthday of this year, which is October 31st, 2025. Well, that's not when I was born, but that is when that hiatus will end, and I have the opportunity to call into the payment system and let them put me on another payment arrangement. I am extremely happy that the judge did this for me because I needed that break in order to get myself together, and the fact that they understood where I was coming from and did not be anal in regards to the situation. I'm grateful. So I am going to email that judge back and tell them how grateful I am in regard to them extending, my payment plan until around my birthday. So that is a huge blessing, and all of this was granted because I chose to be honest with the judge in regard to my current situation not my current situation, but my situation at that particular time. So I'm just letting you guys know that it's not the end of the world. I know that you may have a lot of fines and classes to go to or whatever, but if you are dealing with hardship and you can't afford your fines or whatever the case may be, then I suggest being honest with your judge and letting them know what your situation is. And I'm pretty sure you guys will, receive a blessing like I did. All right, until my next upload, you guys have a good one. Happy sober living and namaste.